Welcome to Black Love Matters, with a service of therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
or find Aaron and Brock and Michelle,
or Jay-Z and Beyonce, or who is you?
I'm Neil,
And I'm Nyambi.
and this is episode 377, y'all.
Hey, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Be sure to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating review on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher, and follow us on all forms of social media at Black Love Matters. That's Black with no K. What's going on, baby?
Woo, child, it's Friday. I'm so happy. You know, although it was an abbreviated week for us Cubicle Warriors, it's just something about these weekends. Like I think I said last week, just feeling like real lunch breakish. But I can't wait for my lunch break that's coming up. Some highlights that I had these last few days. Did y'all see the Serena and Naomi match? Ooh, that was hard.
I missed it.
It was highly emotional. I don't know why it was. First of all, I don't get emotional with any sports. Like, I'll watch it, but I don't never get tied into it. But I feel like I was so invested in these two brown women that I wanted Serena to win. But I also want Naomi to win, right? Because she got nets. She doing her thing. Mm-hmm. But Serena, like, I was so torn.
It's like current legend playing the new legend.
Yes. And then when Naomi beat her, I was just like, whew. And you know, Serena, she ain't one to be bashful.
No.
When she playing. Like, of course, she was like good sportsmanship to, or sportwomanship to, like, her and everything. Like, she wasn't disrespectful to Naomi, but you could tell on her face, she was just like, what the fuck was that? Like, you could just see it. And then I think she went in and had her, you know, they have those interviews after. Why do they do that to athletes? Like, why do they make them then go sit in the room, like, especially people who lost, and be like, what do you think? I fucking lost. Like, you don't even give people time to grieve the loss or be angry or upset. Like, I feel like that should almost be something that's, like, later down the road or the next day. But they do that in all sports. They'll, like, literally put the mic in their face and be like, how you feel? What do you think she's going to say? Great. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. What do you think she's going to go up in there and flip a table for, like, fuck Naomi? What do you think she's going to say?
Right.
But you can tell, like, you know, she was trying to keep it together, and she, you know, got emotional, and rightfully so, because, you know, she the queen at this. She's been doing this for so long. So it's just been a long time since I felt that emotionally invested in any type of sporting event. But just seeing both those two brown women at the height of both of their, like, both at the peak of their career, like, they're both sickening in their own right and for different reasons. It was just, It made me proud, though.
I'm about to see if I can find it on YouTube. I haven't seen it yet.
It was late, yeah. But it was great. It was excellent. It was excellent to watch. Serena or Naomi, like, both of them, I highly recommend. Next, y'all, This Is Us, This Too Much. This is good again. The last episode of This Is Us brought me in. Y'all know the last few times I've been tearing up This Is Us. And I continue to watch it because I know y'all saying, Nyambi, why you keep watching it? It's because there are certain shows that I'm like, I make a pact. And I was like, oh, I'm writing this out to the end. And I especially like the shows when the producers and creators come out and tell you it's a set number of seasons. It's going to have a set endpoint. I love shows that are full circle. Like, I love shows that don't go season by season. I love when creators have an endpoint in mind and it brings it together. I think that's another reason I really enjoy Ryan Murphy. A lot of his, I think almost all of his series, he says he starts with the end and works his way forward to the beginning. And that's why a lot of his stuff, like, even if they only have so many seasons, like, they have set seasons for a reason. And, like, it's just always so buttoned up. And I enjoy that. So that's why I still rock with This Is Us. But this one, you didn't watch it, did you, Nero?
No, I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Spoiler alert. It was so good. At first, when it first came on, I thought they was about to be on the bullshit. Because they started with Indian Man and I want to say Brazilian woman or Latinx woman. And I was just like, here they go. We don't need no new characters. And I'm peeking on Twitter and here y'all go, no culture having stuff. Is this Miguel parents? Miguel is not Indian. Miguel is not Indian. Y'all have no culture.
Y'all niggas is really saying that.
They say this because, you know, This Is Us. Every character intersects, right? So people like shooting a shot like, who is this? This is in the past. It got to be Miguel people. And I'm looking like, and when I first heard it, I was like, but I think Miguel is Mexican. Like, I don't think his mama's Brazil. Like, I don't, because I want to say the wife don't misspoken, but I would say she's like from Brazil, Ecuador. Like it wasn't Mexico. Like that's what I'm saying. I think they were in Mexico, but both of them were like transplants.
Right.
From the different places. So early on we meet them. And I'm even thinking like them and the rest of the world, like we don't got time for no new characters. We only got about a season and a half left. Wrap this shit up. But the way that they just brought it so beautifully together, I thought it was pure This Is Us like beauty. So when we first meet them, it's Nasir and Esther. Nasir's the man and Esther's the woman. And you could tell Nasir, he's like this computer engineer, and it's like back in the day. So I'm assuming the late 60s, early 70s. And he a nerd, right? He is just photo book, what's it called? Dictionary definition of a nerd, including glasses, to the point where they were talking. And he was like, why are you here? And I think she's like, oh, I'm an artist. I'm just traveling the world. Something beautiful. Like whatever she said, I was like, oh shit, that's fly. And then she was like, what about you? He was like, I studied cosines. And she was like, oh. But he said it with like such conviction, and he talked about all this stuff. And she was like, I don't know what you talking about. She hit him with a flet. She's like, I don't know what you talking about, but I love to hear you talk about it. Ooh, I said, oh, I'm going to use that for Nero.
Miami don't even talk to me like that.
I'm going to be like, I don't know really what you talking about, but I love to hear you talk about it. So then we kind of flash forward back in their lives, back and forth. And of course, they end up getting together. And then we see Mother Esther cooking empanadas and shit. But then Father Nasir never home. He always late and all this stuff. And then fast forward to the end of the episode, you know, you can see Mother Esther disappointed in him. And he was like, she's like, I done made these empanadas and shit for you. It's your favorite. This is what we had. And he was like, but I'm doing really important work. And she was like, all your work is important, but we're just as important too. And then that's what he broke down. He was like, you know how you miss your mom? Like, that's why I thought it was Brazil. In Brazil, and you write, like, you know how you can like write an email and send it? Like, that's what they're doing now. But it'll be a time where you actually can send a picture to her and she'll be able to see it, or there'll be a time and where you can talk and see her all at the same time. And the work I'm doing is doing that, and it's going to unite all families. And I was just like, oh, you gutting me. This Is Us. And all that tied together is because This Is Us got so much shit going on. All these kids being born the same night because, of course, This Is Us. 3 kids being born the same night because This Is Us. But the way that everyone was able to connect and stay united was through like FaceTime and video chat. And broader than just the This Is Us family, that's how we, as folks, people of the world who are privileged enough to have cell phones with cameras, are keeping in touch with family members because of that. And Nasir is a little known person that if it wasn't for he and his teams in innovation in this space, we wouldn't even have it. However, when we talk about smartphones, FaceTime, video conferences, his team never comes up. Or like his works never came up. And what was really hot at the end of the episode, they flashed to Nasir and Esther, who are still alive. Like they're in their 90s. And like they're smiling and waving like, thank you. Like this, it was just so good. I think honestly, if they want to it felt like This Is Us meets Timeless. Shout out to the old school listeners. Y'all remember Timeless? If you're looking for a good show to watch, I think it's on Hulu. It's called Timeless. I ain't gonna explain it. Go see it. But This Is Us can continue to do that. You could sprinkle little known historical figures in the timeline as pushing us forward to connect us. I don't know who the writer who said, let's do this, let's bring this story to the forefront, but I was here for it.
Okay.
But getting to the real thing of the episode. So this is when them Pearson's kids was born. You know, they borderline with me though. Cause you know, the This Is Us writers be doing so much. It'd be like a fantastical wonderland with This Is Us. Like, are you kidding me? So all 3 cousins born on the same day. And it's 3 of the cousins, and it's a set of twins, and then one is like, couldn't they be within the same week or something? Like, could we do? But I suspended disbelief. And we'll start with Kevin and his white woman. I don't know her name. They're growing on me though. So she in the labor.
Let's call her Amber.
Amber. And so she in labor, and what is it? Beth and Randall. They was like, we gonna be with you, white sister. Don't worry. And they on FaceTime. And they was like, don't worry, white sister, hold on. And then she like, I'm fine. And then she busts out a little tear fall at the corner of her eye. And then they was like, we're going to stay on, white sister. And Randall started telling boring stories. And Beth was like, snap it out. And then at the perfect time, who come in? White brother Kevin saves the day. That's about it. Then next, what's her name? What's the sister name?
Kate.
Kate, going in labor with her surrogate. Listen. I thought they was gonna snatch that baby back because they got surrogate was getting born. I mean, the baby was getting born by that surrogate, and she was giving me very tiptoe. She was giving me tiptoe because until those paperwork is signed, that mother can change her mind at any time. The birth mother can change her mind at any time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold the line. I was thirsty.
Oh.
But the devil saying don't do that. The Lord saying don't say that.
You need some help.
I'm okay. And then what surrogate mama did was saying things like, what is the first thing? Well, so when the baby was born, step back. Before the baby was born, Beth was asking her, like, is there anything you want to do? Is there anything I can do to help? She was like, just let the nurses and doctors know, like, as soon as the baby born, give it to you. I am just the birth mother, but you are the mother. Like, I just want that transition to be smooth. I don't want any confusion. And Beth was like, Kate was like, got you. Because, of course, one nurse makes a mistake. But listen, after baby born, what surrogate mama say?
I want to hold the baby.
And you can see Kate look. Oh, y'all can't see me. Kate like,
Oh,
everybody on Twitter, oh shit.
Hey, bitch, that's my baby.
And then and Kate, and rightfully so, right? Of course, yes. And then this one, I helped my brother. I did a Nyambi. Oop. She was like, "Can we be alone?" I was like, "This is us. This don't do it, please." Which, I think if it was discussed prior to, and like the surrogate mom was like, I would like a moment alone. I just want to like say, my hellos, goodbye, whatever you're going to do, right? To just keep Kate in the loop. But this is kind of going against everything she said she's wanted.
Right.
So it's like, okay. Right. Like, so you can see like the angst that's going on with Kate. And low key, Toby already was calling the shit. Toby was like, I'm uncomfortable because she can change her mind literally into the last moment. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I'm cut or we cut to navigate through that. But in the end, all babies are returned to Alda Pearson. So Alda Pearson's got the happy ending. Not often, and This Is Us, you get a happy ending. But for now, there was a happy ending. Also, it's another sad story tied into there. So what's his name? Toby was in the parking lot with somebody else. And white man came up, was like, you in my spot. Because Toby out here, what's it called when you're doing football and you're eating hot dogs? Tailgating, waiting for the baby. Because he can't go in the hospital. So he done got his little grill. He out there. He ready. All that good stuff. And the man was like, you in my spot. And Toby was like, this motherfucker done stole my joy. But what it turns out is this man's wife was in the hospital room. And it was like the number spot they was in is their lucky number. And they had this whole thing back and forth, which was nice, right? It was just this nice... It was another layer of the story. It was another way to fold in the pandemic and COVID without not putting it so much in our face. I was telling Near, I'm like, I keep going back and forth with if I want to live through the pandemic and watch it on TV at the same time.
I don't. I'm over it.
I almost need distance from it. So I almost wish people act as if the pandemic weren't going on now. And then maybe next year or the year after, we can do that.
I can't do it. I'm over it.
But I thought the way they did it was better. Right, like instead of like the blatant mask and like it's like I'm like I can't hear them, like I can't see their emotion. Kevin ain't the best actor. Like he just been dead in the eyes the whole time. Like, I don't. But This Is Us. This is just enough, and I appreciate it. And I'm back on board. I don't know what next week is going to entail.
I thought that was the season finale.
Oh, was it?
I don't know. I was just asking.
No, I don't think it's only March.
Oh, it's
season
around.
finale don't come down to May.
Oh, it's around that season finale time.
Oh, you mean like another midwinter break?
Yeah.
Jesus. And who knows with COVID? They might have just ran out of episodes. It's like they just run it out their SD card and just stop abruptly. And be like, it's just going to stop in the middle of an episode. We ain't get to finish it. But I like it. I like that it wasn't no tragedy. I like how we brought in historical characters and figures. This Is Us did it for me this week.
Yeah. I ain't got really much to report this episode. I got a few things. Snowfall is coming back, so I'm ready to see Saint. I'm ready. I hope.
Oh, that's his name.
Yeah, Saint.
Saint.
Mm-hmm.
Your favorite Black Brit.
Yeah, it's my favorite Black Brit. You know how the Black Brits be taking our jobs.
That is a false narrative that Ted Cruz must have fed to you, honey, because the lies you tell. But okay.
However, Snowfall's coming out. I hope they don't pull in this whole ass COVID.
Well, the hood is gonna look different, honey. It's a different year. It ain't like the 80s and 90s.
Even though it's in a different year, but I can see them doing some fuck shit like that.
Just putting a mask on. You heard it something in the streets, man. What?
And it's not the crack.
It ain't the crack, but it's killing.
It's something in the streets, man.
Yeah.
It's killing niggas,
Yep.
but it ain't crack.
I mean, they could probably
Look.
tie the AIDS epidemic into that.
Can
And
we-
like tie
look.
that same pandemic to it.
Can we sell it?
Oh.
Nigga, no.
Child, depends who you ask. Depends
So-
who you ask.
I'm excited about that. But other than that, your boy just been working. It's just been I don't know. It's just been one of those weird weeks because we had Monday off, but
You
but
always got Monday off.
I know though.
Oh, okay. I was
like-
off Monday. Was I distracting you?
No, because I had that photo shoot.
Oh, that's right.
So
You
I
were
had
gone.
I had that photo shoot, and then it's just been a lot of work.
Subtle flex. I had a photo
A
shoot.
little photo shoot here and there. Little, out here being
little
brand
piece of
ambassadors.
yang.
Little brand ambassador here and there. You
Little
might
yang.
see me on a billboard or
Little
two.
foo la la.
Yeah.
That's old school. A little foo la la.
Look, the next black man
My
you
aunts
see,
used to talk about.
the next black man you see on the billboard may be me. You don't even know it.
Oh my goodness. Now I know what my aunts say. Oh, you out down here doing a little foo la la.
Doing a little fool la la. So I really ain't got much to report. Like I'm excited for Snowfall. I really haven't watched much TV since I talked to y'all on Sunday.
Oh, I thought you meant PIC. Oh, I love the TV, honey.
I just been in work. I just been in work mode for me.
How's therapy been?
Therapy's all right.
Tone change. Did you go to therapy? Or did
I went to therapy today.
oh,
So yes, I see
it's
my
raw.
therapist. Huh?
so it's raw.
Yes.
The womb is just open. Is it clean or is it dirty? Is it?
It's clean.
Oh, okay.
It's clean.
Any lessons learned? Any insight?
You got to celebrate yourself.
Hey.
You got to celebrate your accomplishments. And sometimes,
Let it out. Let them use you. Take your time. Just take your time. What Iyanla say? Give it a sound. Give it a sound. Iyanla taught us to give it a sound.
No, we was talking about like motivations and like celebrating yourself, right? Because work day job and things of that sort. So it's, so one of the things is like you got to celebrate like a white man. So whenever there's like some things to celebrate, like that, those should be the first things we talk about in our meetings versus it just pop in. Because I'll be in some shit and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I did X, Y, Z. It's like, wait a minute, why the fuck you ain't tell me at the beginning?
Yeah.
So we talked about that, and I had said something like, yeah, it's just one more step to like me just being on my own. And she's like, but what else?
Yeah.
So we was going down that whole thing, and and I went down this whole thing of like, we had this debate about like black people having to go through some type of hardship to get to their success, and that be the story and that be the trend, versus black people who necessarily had the pedigree or had the silver spoon in their mouth and they already had the success.
Yeah.
And I was talking about like all the shit. Like I said, you can't think of, I was like, every black person or like successful black person came through the mud to get where they at. I was like, 50 Cent got shot 20 times.
Not 50 Cent is the example.
But I'm just going down to this.
Yeah.
Like 50 Cent got shot 20 times. Kanye wasn't good until he had that car accident and his mouth was wired shut. Beyonce's Lemonade, so on and so forth, right?
Jay-Z cheating.
I'm just saying
Yeah,
though,
like
like
hardship trauma.
and there has to be some type of hardship to get there. So she's like, because I was like, I have to have this thorn in me to keep going, like a metaphysical thorn, in order to stay motivated. And she's like,
Oh, I don't need that. But go ahead.
and it's like I have to be uncomfortable in order to stay motivated to get what I want. So that's why I have that thorn there. And she's like, that's a flaw
Yeah.
in your what you're seeing
True.
about this thorn. I'm like, but
That's
no,
a fact.
because like if you don't have this thorn and you get comfortable because you're just comfort. And it's like sometimes you just gotta
What's wrong with comfort?
and sometimes you just gotta have that thing to help push you. And I was like, that's what drives me. So it was that whole thing of like having this thorn and things of that sort. Cause I was like, it's one thing to say like, yeah, I got all this other stuff and I got a good job and yada, yada, yada. Right. Like that's not compelling. That's not a compelling story versus being like, whoo, yeah, you know, I'm just trying to get up from up under this white man or this white woman. Like that's more of a compelling, what's it? Not inspiration, but like a driving force. So we was more or less having that whole conversation back and forth. I'm still processing it because had therapy about 2 or 3 hours ago. Yeah. But it's just one of those things of like this whole debate of I'm like, well, for Black folks, we gotta have that.
We don't have to.
We don't have to, but I was saying like historically we have, even from slavery. But I was like, if you think of any Black successful story, they had to go through the mud. It wasn't like they was automatically successful like the white people. And I was like, that's where Black therapists, your view of like I need to celebrate like a white man is flawed. So we spent the most of that hour, 45 minutes, going back and forth about that.
But what does that have? What about making it through the storm? Why can't you celebrate that? I have to say I agree with your therapist. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to be in a state of pure joy at all times. Lord, make it easy. That's what I'm trying. That's my prayer every night. But I think you can't. Like, I hear what you're saying. Like, you need something to push you, right? Like, you need, like, you thrive. You know, some people are like this. People thrive off, like, when people say you can't do something or things of that nature. That's fine. But I don't know why that also can't live. And when you accomplish something, to celebrate it. Like, why can't that happen?
And I think that's the thing that we just came down to. Like, that was the agreement we came back to.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, can you say that, but can you say for why or for what, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're celebrating because this is one step away from working for the white man or white woman for what? Because you know that you have a higher calling bigger than X, Y, Z. And that's like, you know, I understand that. Like, yeah, I know I'm bigger than all this.
Because what would be the wish for your children? Mm-hmm. That's not the wish I would have for my child. I don't want their driving purpose to be externally focused. Mm-hmm. I want their focus to be internally focused.
And that's the thing, right? Like, and that's one thing I was telling her, and I guess there was a big misunderstanding because I was like, yeah, I understand that, and yes, I do. I know I deserve, but this is what I use to drive myself. Okay. Because
so if there was no thorn, if the wand would just be waved and everything you ever wanted could just come true, you wouldn't be eager to do it?
I don't know. That's the question we was having. That's the thing we was having. And I was like,
you worse than my direct reports. You like the privileged kids. You privileged.
How's it privileged?
You privileged. I pray every night, make it easy, Lord. Make it easy. Make it easy, Lord. Make it plain.
But I think that's the thing, right? Like sometimes people just need, even as manufactured, some type of, how I put it, everybody need an enemy. Like every movement that ever meant something had an enemy, period. And since for me, like this is a movement that I'm building, I need an enemy. And like, you just can't, and I say that a metaphysically enemy in the sense of like, I'm doing this to get away from this white woman. Knowing that is it this working for this white man or white woman? No. Like, but that's what I'm using as the driving force right now to get going. Because he was like, well, what happens afterwards, right? And so on and so forth. And I'm like, there's always going to be an enemy. There's in this capitalistic society, there's always going to be an enemy.
I think, we do think about that differently. And I think that also comes from different masculine and feminine energy, right? Because when I think of my driving force, it's not about necessarily them, but it's about providing for my future. Mm-hmm. And not even just me. Like me is going to be me. Like, but I'm thinking about, so my drive would be, what can I provide for my kids or grandkids? Mm-hmm. And what can I put into place that can provide them a little bit more security, rest, rejuvenation, joy than I had? That's driving me. Mm-hmm. Not what I done forgot the white person I quit. Who the white person?
Just the enemy, right?
The enemy, right? I guess I don't see it as that enemy. Like, I guess you're right. It's a framing. It's a mindset. It's like depends on like what, and you got to go whatever works for you, of course, right? But I guess it's just the framing of it. Because whenever I think about it, I never think about other people. Like it's always like, well, what do I need to do for my family? And not necessarily to get away. Like I'm not necessarily running from anything. Mm-hmm. I'm running towards something.
And I'm in my mindset. You can just think about my whole journey. My mindset is they counting me out, and I need to prove these motherfuckers who the fuck I am.
Yeah, and I'm and I'm like in my head, I'm like, oh, that's my goal. I'm running towards that.
So
yeah,
and you just think about just
it's my same goal, just different mindset.
So just think about everything in my past. Like that has been my driving force.
How does that feel? And you don't have to answer this. So I know we teach you about like your joy. So what does moments of joy feel like for you then? Like what does just pure bliss? And I think like, have you been in those moments of literally just pure bliss?
I have it. So I think that's the thing.
So what happened the day you met me? A couple days I thought I brought bliss, but
that Todd set
I
up
guess not.
for him.
Let me reset my expectations. I thought it was a few times you told me you was in bliss.
I was. But I think that's the thing that I'm battling with. And she was like, and that's where she was like, I hate to say it, Nira, but like, you can't use it. Like this thorn thing is not sustainable.
Yeah, because you're privileged. You're getting to the point of privilege where the thorn ain't big. The thorn is a piece of grass. Mm-hmm. Like even in your head is a thorn. But if you zoom out, people are like, oh, that's a piece of lint.
But that's the thing, right? Yeah. So that's an internal thing. Because I was like, I understand that. Like, yeah, I got a job. Like it pays well. Like I have this side hustle. Like, I have a job to support. If I ever wanted to be like go full time, I could. Mm-hmm. But if I want to, like, I know that. And I think that's the thing, right? Of like understanding that you have something bigger and not want to be comfortable in order to keep you forward. Where I think I've seen people have somewhat of the similar situations that I've been in and just get comfortable. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't want to get comfortable. I don't want to settle. So I need in my head mentally, this is what I need to do to drive me.
Do I exhaust you? Because I constantly strive for comfort.
Yes. Yes.
My homeostasis is trying to be comfort.
Yes. So like those are the conversations we have, and I understand like it is exhausting because it's like, well, how do you even celebrate this, right? Yeah. Like, what does that even look like? And I'm like, I don't know, because it's hard. Because I'm like, yeah, pat on my back, but it's still more work to do.
Yeah.
And so it's like that thing of like having this hunger for like continue to go. And it's like, well, what's that number? And it's like you'll never be happy if that's the thing that you're doing. And it's like, well. And I'm like, well, that's where you have, when I say, that's why I was like, you have job security. She's like, no.
She ain't gonna be with your ass forever. She gonna go ahead.
Look, she said, this ain't no therapy for life.
She said, this ain't forever. She said, we just not good Judy's. She just not catching up for a weekly coffee on Monday.
She was like, this ain't therapy.
She said, you gotta have breakthroughs. You gotta.
She's like, this ain't no therapy for life.
It's just like this. You every time she go, where we going?
Fuck you talking about?
Well, basically, like, that's different.
But like those are the things that I'm struck because like, yes, I have a lot of things to be excited for. Yes. Brand deals, ambassadorships,
outside of that, you're talking about things you do.
Right.
But you have things just in who you are you should be celebrating. Mm-hmm. Like you're talking about things that you do and accomplishments. Accomplishments are accomplishments. They come and go. But I'm saying finding time to celebrate the moments with Mabel and I. Finding time to celebrate when you're just talking with your sister and your mom and you laugh. Like those are the real things. Finding time when you're out running and you hit your stride and it just feels good. Or when you sit down and eat the perfectly braised oxtail. That's moments of joy for me.
Mm-hmm. But it ain't for me.
Works and moments and all that other stuff. Don't get me wrong. I like a good bag too. It's a piece of jewelry, but I would have to say sometimes Mabel cuddled up is better than a Tiffany bracelet.
I think it's just different pressures though.
How?
Because also as a man, you just have all these external pressures. It's like you need to be doing more. Like irregardless. So regardless if you're comfortable and you're financially comfortable, as masculinity is like you should be doing more.
And you have to make a decision to lean into it or lean out of it.
Exactly.
What would you tell your son if he came to you?
I don't know.
And said, listen, old man Nero, this is what I'm battling with.
Say, nigga, get out of that shit.
This nigga's a lie. You don't want to tell the truth because you know you got to answer.
Say, nigga, get out of that shit.
I would not say that.
And I think that's where we different.
I'll say you need to get clear on your purpose and why you was put on this earth.
Mm-hmm.
And never lose sight of that. Don't be distracted.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything you need is within you. Great book. Well, thanks for sharing, Nair. Keep us on. I mean, you're on the journey. You're you're in therapy.
This is all the journey.
And that's why you are in therapy, to have these realizations. Could you imagine navigating this without it?
Oh.
Wow. If y'all have any advice for Nair, go ahead and shoot us
508-784-1111. 508-784-1111. Whew.
It was a lot near how I feel. How I feel to be that vulnerable.
Oh, that was therapy. That was like a therapy debrief. It was like a debrief to a debrief.
Why don't you like it? That always feels good. It always feels good to me. But yeah, I'm gonna be more aware of that. And you need to tell me more, like when I be striving for comfort. And I mean all aspects of my life, y'all. Like I like soft couches, fluffy blankets, warm food,
warm ass houses,
warm houses.
They could be over here sweating.
Oh my goodness! Speaking of warm houses, y'all want to talk about the snowfall? Like what is happening? So literally, there is snow across the country, but to be honest and to be transparent, the southern states have been hit the hardest. So the Mississippis, the Alabamas, Texas has really been in the news, but all of those states down in that delta and that it's a hot mess, right? They don't have no water, no power, no infrastructure. And I think the frustrating part about this is the weatherman told y'all niggas this was coming.
Yeah.
And because I don't mean people who live there. I mean people who are in charge of transportation, people who are in charge of public safety, public servants. Ted Cruz, I'm looking at you. Different mayors. Like this is, it's been told by y'all. And I think that's the most hurtful thing. And it's this idea of history repeating itself too.
Yeah.
Right. So we've seen this. Puerto Rico, let's remind ourselves, Puerto Rico didn't have power and water for almost 3 months. Let's remind ourselves of Katrina in the aftermaths of that. I think about the impact of the folks who survived Katrina and then moved to Houston and now going through the bullshit, basically again, another natural disaster and being pushed out. So I can only imagine those double layers of trauma. But on a lighter note, what's those houses made of down there?
Paper mache.
Was they melting?
Oh my God.
I was just like, it just seemed like it's a justice of so many levels. Like, I want to look at the materials these contractors using. What type of pipes are they using? Like, everything was like a facade. And that bitch just crumbled. Like, you could see how poorly everything's made.
Yes.
Because I think what they got about, a feet or 2 feet of snow. And I know that's a lot for the people in the South. They're like 2 feet of snow. But up north, that is, you get hundreds of inches of snow up here.
But how is not properly insulated?
But houses, roofs shouldn't be collapsing on 2 feet of snow. Pipes bursting, I get, because it's so cold, but still, it happened so quickly that I was like, this shit don't got the right, in the way that how quickly the temperature was dropping in the houses. So I was like, ain't no insulation in these walls. It should not be dropping 5 to 6 degrees an hour. Temperature should drop on average 1 to 2 degrees an hour if you have everything locked up. Like, it should take a minute for your whole house to freeze. And for that not to happen, I'm looking at these contractors. They done got Marsal and them to be the contractor, allegedly. I said, what they using? Putty? Recycle paper? What's they using on these pipes?
Paper mache.
And I ain't mad because in the South they don't be knowing. But it was just so many things I was so confused about. And then, now this one thing I am going to get on y'all who live down there. Now y'all know y'all can't drive in no snow. Why was y'all out on that road? The governor should have shut it down, and the head of the transportation should have. But y'all know y'all can't take no Prius in no 2 feet of snow.
Sure, okay.
Did you see? I said in the north we barely can drive in the snow. They heading to the HEB to Publix, sliding, crashing the cars that they barely got. And then Ted Cruz, this old sapsucker, gonna have the nerve to get on. First of all, Ted Cruz done threw everybody under the bus. His wife, his brother, now his daughter. So this fool done went on to Cancun and gone then turn around and come on back. And then when people ask him about it, he talking about my daughter needed to support. Meanwhile, his daughter is of age, honey. What support do your daughter need? And sir, we've already checked the receipts. So you bought this plane ticket earlier in this week when you seen the snow was coming. So, sir, please, I can't handle it anymore.
And then there's nothing I can do.
And then he gonna come back half stepping and half toting. Talking about we want to do the best we can and get shit in order. And also, why they off the grid? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that surprised. Why is Texas the only state that's not on the grid?
I didn't even know that shit was a thing.
Me either.
Can we get I want to just say what this man, Tim Boyd, who's this mayor, said about y'all in Texas. This is the mayor of, I forgot what town he is. He said, let me hurt some feelings while I have a minute. No one owes you or your family anything, nor is the local government's responsibility to support you during trying times like this. Sink or swim is your choice. The city and county, along with powers, providers, or any other service, owes you nothing. I'm sick of tired of people looking for a damn handout. If you don't have electricity, you step up and come up with a game plan to keep your family warm and safe. If you don't have water, you deal without and think outside the box to survive and supply water to your family. If you're sitting at home in the cold because you have no power and are still waiting for someone to come rescue you because you're lazy, is a direct result of your raising. Only the strong will survive and the weak will perish. Folks, God has given us the tools to support ourselves in times like this. This is sadly a product of a socialist government where they feed people to believe that the few will work and others will become dependent for handouts. I am sorry that you have been dealing without electricity and water. Yes, but I'll be damned if I'm going to provide anyone that is capable of doing it themselves. We have lost sight of those in need and those that take advantage of the system and mesh them into one group. Bottom line, quit crying and looking for a handout. Get off your ass and take care of your own family. Bottom line, don't be a part of a problem, be part of the solution.
What?
Tim Boyd.
So how you gonna put?
And he put that shit in writing, which is a tenet of the white supremacy. So that's going to live in infamy.
Yes, it is.
I hope y'all folks in Texas who listening, when you get the power, I hope y'all got your whole ballot of who you getting the fuck out of there. Hopefully. I hope they getting everybody to.
This might be Democrat Texas' opportunity to turn blue.
Look, Democrat or Republican, everybody getting the fuck out of here. Everybody needs an overhaul. Everyone getting the fuck out of here.
I did not know that they was not on the grid.
Okay, now I'm on the grid still.
I'm still on the grid. And then secondly, how he gonna bring God and sink or swim, or was it survival of the
God
fittest?
And Satan in here and Darwin.
How you gonna bring God and Darwin
in the same room?
Because usually people who believe in Darwin don't believe in God.
He'd say
and vice versa.
He said he not a monolith. He not a monolith racist.
He like only the strong survive, and God made it this way.
God be in your favor. I said,
Lee, Jesus.
The Lord is disappointed.
A scheme that Todd set up.
He got so many conflicting facts.
Yes.
He full of shit.
He is.
Well, even if you believe that as a public servant, you don't say that.
Man, my heart goes out to
at least Ted Cruz tried to clean the shit up. He was definitely on that television
because
lying.
Ted Cruz knew he was fucking wrong.
He definitely lying, but at least he was like, "Yeah, this is fucked up. We need to get this in order." But this one talking about, I guess he's saying go cut a fucking tree down and go chop up a deer. I don't know what the fuck he mean. We had the tools to survive. Like, what do you want us to do?
Well, I was talking to one of my friends, and was asking her, like, she's okay and everything like that, and she's like, yeah, things are good. She's like, we good for now because, we got a little generator. But she's like, the people next door, they had to go get an axe from Home Depot and cut down their front tree to burn it.
So they couldn't give them a plug for a space heater. Your friend offered?
Look, I didn't get that far. I just know when she was like, they had
the generator usually had plugs on the side. Could we rent a extension cord?
I just know when she was like, our neighbors.
And she looked at it.
Had to cut down a tree.
They looked. Did they help them?
Cut down their front tree.
Did they help them cut down the tree?
No.
Because at least they was gonna go back to the warm.
She was.
They better not have no lights on. Tell them to go in the basement.
She was like, the neighbors had to cut down their front tree.
I know on our Instagram we're gonna have ways in which you can support too. Especially with the mutual aid. Of course, you can donate to the big ones, but we really about getting on the ground, right? Like sometimes the big organizations, nothing wrong with them. We need them, right? Because they help mobilize these things. But we have people who literally need blankets, water, and food like now. in donating to more of the local on the ground just enables them to move. Like, honestly, I think we need both. We need the machine of like global and national organizations, but we also need the local support in moving. I haven't donated to any national things, but I have did to more local stuff.
And then if you're a listener and you need some support, call, leave us a voicemail.
Leave us a voicemail, send us an email.
Send us your Venmo. We'll definitely,
do
or
something like
your
that.
PayPal. We'll definitely,
we'll do some supporting.
we'll support and put it out.
And let us know.
Yeah.
We're thinking about y'all. But it's devastating. And it's sad that how many times do we have to repeat ourselves when it comes to natural disaster? And I think this one hurts even more because it was predicted so far out.
Yes.
In comparison to Katrina's or the hurricanes. Like, we knew they were coming, but when they hit land, they were more intense than we initially thought. But this
happened like 2 weeks ago.
The weatherman said this is gonna hunker down. Like, the weatherman told y'all niggas, like, prepare.
They said, like, I remember what was it? I want to say a week or 2 weeks ago where there was like
It's gonna be snow in Texas. Yeah,
snow in Texas, and there's gonna be one day in the United States where all 50 states is
gonna be
have,
below zero.
like have freezing temps.
Yes, I remember that. I think we talked about it on the podcast last week. And and it happened here too, but it popped out of it. But sheesh. Thinking of y'all. If any of your friends or family been affected, thinking, praying. If y'all need something, some listeners, go ahead and email us or call us. We'll see what we can do to help support.
Yeah.
I don't want to just go straight to Shout Out Friday. Can we lend a little positive note?
Yeah.
Can you talk about Queen Sugar? Queen Sugarback. I don't know their song. Do they got a song? Is it just wind chimes? What is it? Ava artsy. Ava classy bass.
You heard wind chimes.
I forgot the intro to Queen Sugar.
I don't know if they got one. No,
I was about to say amen. That's Greenleaf. That's Greenleaf. Oh, shout out to Lynn Winfield, the Bishop, and Lady May. They've been nominated for Emmys. Should have got it, but they got it. So shout out to Greenleaf for that.
Chase to the Dog.
Oh yeah, team boom, jungle boom boom. Yeah, I was like, what is it? It's something I ain't never heard of. But I'm so happy. Don't get mad at YouTube. But I am so happy it's back. It brought me joy. What is it? Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. You remember wind chimes? Come on, wind chimes.
A scheme that
What you trying to with the beat drop?
Yeah.
I don't know if the beat gonna drop.
scheme that
Cause you don't got the wrong one.
Oh,
Yeah, I love this
man.
one. People on YouTube be creative.
Oh, there we
There you
go.
go. Oh yeah, keep the color. I don't know what they're talking about on this.
Colors in the line.
Take time. Blue. First of all, why didn't y'all tell me that Ralph Angel and Micah the same age? I feel inappropriate. You telling me Ralph Angel, and not on the show. On the show, I'm assuming they're a few years apart. But in real life, Micah and Ralph Angel the same age? Ralph Angel is a grown man. Michael is just coming into his own.
Todd said
Are we? Maybe Hollywood is 25. Oh, they say he was 35. Remember they were saying that? I forgot what interview I was watching. Yeah, he 35 and Viola in her 50s. I said Hollywood is a 35 lie nowhere. I never assumed Hollywood was too young to be with Aunt Vi. Like, that's why we was like, oh yeah, we just want to talk about how Aunt Vi is in her sexiness and she a Kruger. I said, what's she a Kruger for? Not Hollywood. Shit, he lucky to have Aunt Vi. And then I knew Aunt Vi was a particular, as I like to say, a refined. That's why I say I don't say season no more. She's a refined woman. When David Allen Greer came on there, what's his name? John Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when he came? Oh my God, David Allen Greer character. Bring him back. Or did he die?
I don't know. Remember?
Because he had so much hate in his heart. He might have died by now. He definitely ain't gonna make it through the COVID. He has so much hate in his heart. I like Hollywood though. What's name Omar, but I'm not talking about on the show, y'all. I ain't talking about real life. But they alive. They talking about Hollywood. What they say? 30? It wasn't 25. It was young. It was like my age. I
It's
said
like 35 or something like that.
I said Hollywood ain't no 35. You better. He lucky to have Aunt Vi.
But Aunt Vi in real life, Aunt Vi is 66.
Oh, she's
and,
gorgeous.
Hollywood is 45.
I just assumed Hollywood was playing his real age. That's what I'm saying. And Aunt Vi look younger, so I assumed, I would have gave him like mid to late 40s and give her like late 50s. And to me, that's not like, he a grown man. Like, that's not no Kruger. He done lived life. What you mean? Like, he 45 years old, and was she 55? Like, that's not Krugerish to me.
Let me tell you.
I was like, what storyline? I was like, Ava, you're trying. I often don't try to correct Queen Ava, but I was like, Ava, that's not a, I don't think anyone else got that.
When Ava, because we was watching, they got the little after show. So when Ava said Micah and Ralph Angel, well, it was just like Kofi and Nicholas Ash, it's the same age. I just looked at Naomi and she's like, the fuck they is.
They are not the same. They are not the same. I said Kofi must have drunk cow milk. Nicholas ate organic and Kofi ate Popeyes. He ate the GMO. Wait, is it really hit the thing?
No, they are.
Nicholas was born May 1st, 1995. Oh, Jesus. Kofi is a 1995, baby?
1994.
See, I know you're a little more mature.
Bullshit. Only like 5 months
He
apart.
born March 2nd, 1994. My nigga, are you kidding me? I wouldn't even, see, this is how I know I can't date. I wouldn't even know what to do if a 26-year-old came up to me and like I start looking at birth certificates. And I'd be like, what year was you born? I think I babysitted you. Okay, what's with the real story though? What happened?
I didn't laugh so much I forgot what it was.
Charlie Bordelon West doing Charlie Bordelon West things. Nova, Tara out here cutting her hair. You know when a black woman cut her hair and she give it to the ancestors, she about to make some moves.
Transforming and shit.
They also in the COVID, which I'm sad about.
So, what are y'all predictions on who gonna get COVID and who gonna pass from COVID?
Proctor.
So you saying Prosper gonna die?
Oh, his name is Prosper?
Yes.
I thought it was Proctor.
No, it's Prosper.
Prosper out of here.
Who else is out of here?
Some more farmers. And then we're gonna have a scare with the family. Beyonce's sister, because she's always sorry. Bianca.
So
Dara.
So you think Darla gonna get it and
She's not gonna die, but she's gonna be like,
you think Darla gonna be the one?
I only went down for a minute, Ralph Angel.
I was gonna say Hollywood. I thought Hollywood was gonna be the one that's gonna start the family crisis.
Wait, you think he gonna get her? Or he gonna get sick?
I don't know.
Oh, that would be a hit in the throat.
And then Aunt Vi had to take care of him, or Aunt Vi got to get the test.
Or Aunt Vi not gonna be able to take care of him because Aunt Vi has a compromised immune system.
Yeah.
She got lupus, so they're gonna have to separate. That's why I think it's gonna be someone like Darla who act like they clueless.
I supposed to wear a mask, Ralph Angel.
Ralph Angel. I just didn't wear a mask for 1 minute, just 1 minute. Then he sneezed. Shut up, Darla. Darla gets on my nerves. How old is Bianca Lawson?
Let's see.
She'd be a good actress because I can't stand none of her characters. Shut the fuck up. Bianca Lawson is 41. Bianca Lawson is the same age as Hollywood.
A scheme that
Let me shut my motherfucking mouth. Bianca Lawson is 41?
Beyonce's sister is 41.
And how old is Hollywood?
45.
We are not the same.
Meanwhile, Kofi
Oh, it's Kofi.
Meanwhile,
40?
Kofi is 26.
26? It is something messed up with the timeline. The Matrix is at play. Bianca Lawson is 41 and Ralph Angel. Dara is 41 and Ralph Angel is 26.
Yes.
Listen. Let's continue to age. How old is
Her
Rutina?
siblings is Beyonce, Marvin Gaye the third.
Is it the real Marvin Gaye or is his name just the Marvin Gaye?
It say not Marvin Gaye 3. So
Who is Marvin Gaye 3? Is that these niggas might be lying?
it say
You know
Marvin
how they
Gaye
do
the
on-
third.
Marvin Gaye. So her husband, who got with Marvin Gaye people?
I don't know.
Bianca Lawson. Honestly, her daddy got a history too. He be playing them soap operas, but he keep a bad biddy on his arm. I'm sorry, we reading up on Bianca Lawson. We should have did this before the
We
podcast.
should have.
Can we go back to Rutina? How old is Tara? I don't know how old anyone is. How old is Nova?
How old is Rutina? 42.
42. Look great. How old is Charlie Borderline West? 39.
39.
And then we know Aunt Vi is 66. Hollywood is 48.
45.
How old is Blue? Ain't aging.
Blue 10.
He's still 10. Blue been 10 since this show came on. No, he was a baby when it came on. He was talking Thai to now he talking, but he got a baby face, so I think he's gonna look young for a while. How old is DeAndre Whitfield?
Talking about Remy?
Yeah, how old is Remy?
51.
He looked good too. Anybody else? How old is? Never mind, we're done. I'm about to go all the way. How old is Nova White Man? Calvin, Greg Vaughn. 47. Yeah,
47.
that's it.
Anybody else?
I think Bianca Lawson won. She's 41?
41.
Looking all of 31?
Ain't age.
A day. Still paying a teenager.
Ain't age.
Sis, you a bad girl. Let me shut up.
What's her routine?
What is the skincare? She must just eat celery and water. Come on. Ain't 41 where? Okay, here, I'm talking about what done happen on Queen Show.
I don't know.
What?
I just know Charlie Bordelon West got another enemy. She a black woman. They gonna go back
You
and
don't
forth.
put respect on her name. What's her name in Underground?
Damn, what was her name in Underground?
I forgot. The one also was in Scandal.
Steen.
You know, Ernestine comes to destroy lives.
She do.
No matter what character she plays.
Steen.
And she don't got no race, no gender. When you see Steen, how old is Steen actually? When you see Steen come on the screen, she not here to play at all.
I don't think they got her on.
I think she just became this year. Do Underground cast. Child, I'm still a little mad that Underground on OWN and they just playing reruns. I need them to go ahead and re-up that. Also, did you hear whatchamacallit coming back?
What?
What's the show we liked on HBO?
Steen 41. So you saying Steen and
Bianca,
Darla the same age?
We gonna leave it there. I mean, Steen looked good. Her name is Myra Vine.
But she don't look Darla age.
Darla looked 3. They bring about whatchamacallit.
What?
What's it called? Topsy Bopsy. From HBO. Remember Topsy Bopsy?
Oh, Lovecraft?
Yes.
Yeah, I know they're gonna bring. They supposed to for a second season, right?
Yeah, nigga, that wasn't announced. I thought it ended with the book.
Oh,
You already know. Also, you know what else they bringing back? Christopher Maloney from Law and Order. They giving him a spinoff.
oh, word.
I think it's gonna be like Cyber Victims Unit. And they know Christopher Maloney. They know what's his name. Stabler don't know nothing about the internet. I don't know how realistic that gonna be. He ain't never followed the rules. You don't know how to work the internet.
We getting off track.
I'm
baby.
sorry.
We getting off track.
Well, give us a wraparound with Queen Sugar. Steen came in the room.
Steen and Charlie beefing.
Steen is the enemy. They was gonna run the I'm gonna say the train like it's the 1800. They gonna run the freeway
through all the black farmers.
And then she said, "Okay, we won't do it. We'll save your farm, but we're gonna run it through the cemetery
Then
instead."
they gonna run through the cemetery.
Cold-blooded bitch. Then they put the white woman in jail.
And then the bank had funded their little thing. What thing was it? Because they were celebrating St. Josephine.
St. Josephine Day, where they discovered a black woman was. So Charlie created her own celebration.
So the bank was sponsoring, and then Steen Company then went ahead and bought the bank.
Yeah.
And became a board member so she can speak at this thing.
She's definitely Freddy Krueger.
That's the type of money I want to have.
She's definitely.
For real? You okay, I got your ass.
This whole bank.
I just buy this bank.
I'm about this little credit union with y'all $200 in here. I'm about this credit union.
And I'm gonna be a board member so I can speak.
Yes.
God damn.
It's good. We ain't doing it justice, but it is back on Fine Time. You know, it's not Tara, Nova. She with her white police person, and she just trying to make do with that. Like, she trying to make it right and come back to the community. Micah, is pledging.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure his grades are dropping because that seems like a narrative. What else happening? Blue and Ralph Angel. Ralph Angel trying to. He always 2 steps behind. Like, Ralph Angel always climbing, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
And Darla's and she always on the verge of tears. That's it.
I did not know she's 41.
Exactly. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout out Friday.
Set us up, Nero.
All righty. As always, submit your black love story. Emails, voicemails, 508-784-1111. Also, Apple 5-star rating reviews on Apple Podcasts. We got a couple emails. We got one from Juliana, and it just says, just sending some celebratory love. This is so great. Your commitment is inspiring. So I'm so glad y'all got some joy. Y'all both are amazing.
Thank you, Juliana. It's been a minute since we talked with her. You've been on my mind too. How you doing, sis? What's going on? Nira, why you read that like that? It's hard for you to read statements with joy in it. What's wrong?
No.
Okay. The next one is titled Marriage Advice for the Kids. Smiley face. It says, hey, sis, bruh, cuz, and Mabel. My name is, she put it in here phonetically. Do you want to say it, Nira?
No.
Go ahead. Oliska. Oliska. That's really pretty. LOL. She put that in parentheses for us because we was gonna create a whole name.
Yes.
We was gonna be like Omaha.
What's her name? Osaka.
Not the tennis paper. Not the tennis player. She said, I'm going to get them from the jump, honey.
Hey, thank you.
It says, I'm from New Orleans, but I've been living in San Diego for about 2 years now. I've been listening to you guys for a while. Since Nyambi was doing the nanny service, I still can't get that story about that little Asian boy out my head. LOL. I listen to you guys every time you drop a show, and I love y'all. The running joke in the family is crafty colonizers. Every time something shady, even when white people do white people shit. LOL. I know that's right. I almost got my little brother and his fiance to start listening to you. I also got my little brother and his fiance to start listening to y'all. You guys remind me of them in a way. Y'all interact with each other and how y'all just a good fit for one another. They have a dog too named Zoe, but she a golden lab, probably 100 times bigger than Mabel. LOL. Anyway, they are getting married March 7th, 2021. All right, that's down the street.
Yeah.
That's around the corner. It's going to be a small, just family, mask, face shield, wearing, social distance ceremony. LOL. I was wondering if you guys could give them some advice on just marriage and going into a lifelong commitment together. Hopefully this gets to you guys before the big day comes. LOL. Anyways, I'm so grateful for you guys and thank you for giving the world amazing content and laughs. Here's a picture of them and they were gorgeous. Love you all. Well, shout out to y'all. Y'all about to get married.
Yeah.
And I love a small intimate wedding. I think one thing out of COVID for the folks who have been getting married, I've really been liking the small intimate weddings. Like I think they call them like micro weddings, where it's just like them, intimate family, intimate friends, usually like outside, mass, like they've been turning out nice though. Like from the interactions I've had with people and seeing it, like and even talking to friends who went through it, who originally was planning on having a big wedding, they were like, honestly, it was amazing because it was so low stress and like. Since there's so few people, you get to like truly spend that time with them and you get to like one-on-one with your partner. And of course, if you want to do a big blowout, you can always do that. Like you don't have to have a wedding. You don't have to get married to have an excuse to have a party. So I think it's going to be a lot of parties coming, but shout out to them. I love that. And thank you for your support, sis. We appreciate you too. Nearest, what advice you got?
I don't know.
Oh, this nigga.
Be ready. They gonna
Don't
switch
do
it.
that.
They gonna
you
switch the
sounding
game.
real Martellish. You sounding real Martell Marsal.
They gonna switch the game up
Ain't
on
nobody
ya.
gonna switch no game on nobody.
They gonna switch the game up on
There you go.
just communication, open communication, talk,
Yes.
talk about everything,
Everything.
any and everything, opening out. I think something that me and Nyambi recently started doing, I want to say about within like the past year or so, is that we do these like family meetings.
I agree.
So like every weekend we sit up for 30 minutes and after that 30 minutes we done, right? And we
and that's when we talk about like business or if we have like a conflict or something where we need deep thought from each other instead of what I would do. And I'll tell myself, like if it's something on my mind, I'm like, Nero, let's talk about our financial future. 2 p.m. on 6 p.m. on Tuesday. And Nero's like, no, we can't do this right now.
So we can't talk about our financial future.
Or
we
Nero,
can't
it's
talk
kinda-
about our
we can't-
potential baby.
Yeah. Oh, you want to talk about that?
No.
Oh, okay. Stay tuned.
So family meetings are great. Yeah, and you know, y'all can go as far as like having an agenda and shit like that.
Yes.
But I think just having that so we can just be on
A family meeting and treating your family like there's some parts of it that you do have to treat as a business, and it's important to have your stuff tightened up in that way, and creating space just to do that is important. And I agree, not many people have said make time for the business of your relationship or the operations of your relationship.
Right.
And having those weekly meetings are a good time for us to check in on everything from chores, how's your heart and mind, how's our budget looking, how our finances are looking. You said something that ain't sit well with me. I ain't want to say it then because I ain't want to attack you, right? Like it's just like that safe place to like relinquish everything, and also it's a norm. It's a way for us to recalibrate.
Yeah.
So that's also our time when we come together and be like, I know I said this before, but I'm a woman and I got to change my mind, and now I have evolved in this place, and this is how I need to be held and treated.
Yeah.
And it's just a safe place to do that. I agree. But I agree, communication is huge. I'm a big proponent of therapy or some form of counseling before and during marriage. And not only that, but personally, I think getting some form of counseling individually and together, and y'all decide on what cadence that look like, is super important. I think it's also important to be whole people outside of your marriage too. Sometimes, the old school be like, make sure you take care of him and her, and yes, take care of each other and hold each other, but don't do it at the detriment of yourself. And someone who loves you wouldn't ask you to do that either. So I would say, making sure you don't lose sight of yourself is super, super important. Have fun, laugh. Don't be telling everybody your business. Yeah. That's what you get a therapist for.
That's what you get a therapist for.
I think that's, as Black people, we don't unpack. Like you get a therapist to tell your business to. Like that's who the ones with client.
That client-patient privilege.
You literally get gold.
Man, I'll be telling her ass every fucking
Who would you
thing.
tell how good of a person I am to you?
Sometimes.
And then you tell her what?
When you piss me the fuck off too.
Oh, and how you be going? You had a whole court case. Like you about to present to the Supreme Court, don't you? And what she say? Oh.
Yeah. Tell me more. And what else? So how did you feel about this? So yeah, like don't tell your business to your friends and family. Get a therapist.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. Like if you like, oh man, I'm mad about, you just do that shit out with your friends. But the deep dark shit, your therapist.
You tell your motherfucking therapist everything.
Yeah, you tell your therapist everything. And I think that's
you get that patient client confidentiality. Ooh, I just leave out of therapy and just feeling like a little breeze and it hit me.
Shut your mouth.
I'm telling you.
Any other tips? Not falling out of love at the same time. All the stuff. All the great stuff wrote it. But I think if we could give you tactical stuff, set up a reoccurring family meeting and make sure you are clear on the business of your relationship.
Yeah.
I think people do that too late. Then also seeking counsel, therapy, council meeting, a pass, whatever works for you, your shaman, seek intervention, right? To continuously work and better yourself and continue to better and work your relationship. And y'all on the same team.
Yeah, y'all on the same team.
Sometimes you get in the shit where you be like, is this nigga on my team? Y'all on the same team.
And I want to say another thing, just like a relationship advice in general, right? Is like your partner need to be able to get to those passwords.
Oh, yeah. You mean like just estate planning.
Like estate planning and things of that sort.
Yeah, the business of the relationship.
The business relationship.
Yeah.
So like they ain't got to have your but like you got to put that shit in the safe somewhere. Yes. So like, cause what if you gone? What if you incapacitated and they need to get to the laptop?
We need to probably have an episode on like the business of relationships. Folks don't often talk about that. Like the business of relationship, the business of marriage. Like there is business to it and you have to make sure your businesses are in order. Right. And I think we initially just talk about like beneficiaries and co-beneficiaries, but it's so much more to a business of the relationship and the operation and the administration of a relationship that folks don't talk about.
Facts.
Yeah. Let us know if y'all want more info on that.
508-784-1111. All right. We got a 5-star rating review on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher. This one says episode 375 from Searchman 007. It says, Nyambi. When you were referring to having a spark or connection, many times people, where's it? I'm the brain fart.
Help him, Lord. Let's just reach out and touch Nero. Are you okay?
I got a deep breathe.
Are you okay?
My dyslexia get going and like
words did you have a flashback from therapy?
Jumbling and shit.
Did you have a flashback or what's happening?
No. Sometimes like I'll just be reading the words too fast in my head. And then like it don't keep up with how I'm speaking.
I said, dang, what this person wrote. Neil was just reading the whole. Neil done made his own review. They gonna have us on the shade talk about they make up their own reviews.
They make up their own reviews.
It's slow business week, slow news week.
When you were referring to having a spark or connection, many times people I do not understand how choosing a spark over connection impact them or influence children's behavior if present. Let's say I see it all too well in my profession as an LPC. What's an LPC? Licensed professional.
Come on, sound it out.
I don't know.
Sound
LPC.
it out.
Therapist, counselor.
There you go.
Something like that.
There you go, Nero.
Clients.
Sound it out.
Nyambi. Don't try me.
Try Jesus. You usually get me when I talk to you. What is your therapist? What is your therapist, nearest?
A licensed family miracle therapist.
And so this one is a licensed,
I don't know, practitioner,
professional counselor.
Oh,
LPC near.
is that what that means?
Yes.
Did you Google it? I see you pick up your phone.
Because I got people texting me.
Oh, I think you had to Google it too.
No, I did not. I look at credentials when I go see people.
Oh, okay.
That's another episode too.
Clients and patients who are in situationships, cohabitating, and married often get caught up in the glitz and glamour while neglecting the red flags. Even more accepting certain levels of toxicity.
Yeah.
As a professional who specializes in trauma therapy with children and adolescents, this continued neglect impacts children, upbringing, and development. Even more as I reach the end of my journey of becoming a pediatric neuropsychologist.
All right
now.
Come on now. We need more
Hey.
reforms for that.
Exactly. I've seen firsthand the neurological damage those in homes like Malcolm and Marie have on unrepresented minorities.
Yeah.
Love the show. Listen to it every week before patients or beginning my rounds.
Oh, I hope you don't make it negative.
Love y'all all the way in Huntsville, Alabama.
Oh Lord, do you know Marcel?
Do you?
And Martell, Marsal,
Does she know Mel and Tail?
and Kimmy? Do they be showing out like this in real life? Well, you gotta know Kimmy. Kimmy worked down to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
You know them.
Do you and Kimmy work at the same hospital? Is this Kimmy?
It's Kimmy. I stand for Kimmy. Kimmy, my
Peace.
favorite.
Kimmy is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Until next time, love it as ever evolving.
Yeah, I remember we saw when that's the episode when people talking about Spark. I said, Spark catch fire. Like, it's too much. Like, you gotta be careful with that spark. You gotta keep the spark outside. And I ain't saying it shouldn't be chemistry or you shouldn't be drawn or attracted. That ain't spark. Spark be that feeling where you be like, oh, like spark remind me like when I was a kid and you be like, oh, I'm about to do this shit and get in trouble, but it's worth it. Like, that's spark to me. Like, that don't make no sense. We too old for that. I'm about to do that. I'm about to get in trouble. And it's worth it. Like, in your head, you know you're not supposed to do it, but it feels so good to do it. You willing to risk it all. Like, and that's what that spark shit is.
Yeah.
Niggas is trash, but it feels so good when they trash. You're going to do it anyway. You be surprised when it don't smell good. Because he trash. Go ahead.
Yeah. Voicemails. 508-784-1111. Once we get this Patreon up and going, we're going to have the lines open. Because I can see niggas calling.
I don't know if I would thrive in that environment.
Why not?
Now we talking about therapy.
We're going to have the
because
lines
Miriam
open.
love shooting this shit. And I begin serious and you niggas be playing and I have to walk away.
Miriam, hang up the phone.
Oh,
hang up. They on that bullshit.
Then I'm arguing on the line and they don't record
And then
me.
we're like, hold up. We're going to get Red Band on the three-way.
Yeah, here we go. Or Sir Jeffrey.
Sir Jeffrey.
Because Sir Jeffrey, peace. He about peace and calm. He literally sent me an email like a week ago and was like, what did he say? Like, just thinking about you, like beautiful black people, something calm. And I needed it because I was literally about to go off at work.
Just start calling niggas. I'm going to start calling these numbers back. Hello.
What you gonna be like? Hey, what do you need to treat it? We need to call Tanaja back and just be like, "What you doing?
What you doing?" Look,
y'all don't understand. Nerum is an old man on the phone. Nerum would talk about the sky, the roof. I'm not. If I call you, I'm gonna have a purpose. Like I'm like, oh, this is what's going on. All right, I'm gonna holler at you later. I'm a better texter because I'm more to the point. Nerum would just be like,
I'm the king of small talk.
What you eat today?
That
sound good.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up.
How you make that?
Well, I'm hungry. I'm about to make me something. He'll tell you what he's doing. I'm about to crack this egg. I'm mixing up the egg now. I added butter to. I'm like, who are you telling? You are not doing a cooking show. Like, what are you like? That's what Nero will talk about. And I can't do that.
We need to get that going on the Patreon and just get that shit
Nero
and
would
just be
talking to y'all.
just be calling people. And just
Nero,
have the
I'm on
lines
a
open.
run. That's what Nero and Nia, they be talking to each other while they working out. I said, I can't even breathe while I'm working out. Y'all ain't working out hard enough because I can't breathe.
What you talking about? It's called a conversational pace.
I felt
Meaning-
that. Nero be on the phone. All right, Nia, I done did my mileage. I'm about to work on my little dumbbells. I'm gonna let you go. I said, y'all niggas been talking that whole time.
Yes.
About what?
Nothing. It's called a conversational pace. And the best way to show that you have a conversational pace is to run and talk on the phone at the same
Oh,
time.
and they age be showing. You see that big old booger? Yeah, I said, I'm like, what?
Actually, before I get on this voicemail, so I don't even think I told you this. I got chased by 2 pit bulls the other day.
Chase, were you playing? Were they think you was playing?
No, I was running as I was talking to Nia on the phone while running.
See?
So we was having this conversation. I forgot what the conversation was about. I still
The
don't
sky.
remember what the conversation
The
was
sky,
about.
why the sky blue?
But next thing you know, he was like, rah, 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 rah. So like these people was like letting their dogs use the bathroom in the front yard, and 2 big ass pit bulls,
And they got distracted.
and they got distracted and they started chasing
Probably
after
want
my
to
ass.
play.
Not how they was growling and shit. And then you hear Neil on the background. Oh shit, Neil, you all right? Neil.
Like the louder he gonna yell. Go get
Meanwhile, I'm sizing up these dogs because
you gotta, I choke a dog.
that's what I was saying. I said, yeah, I'm a dog lover, but I'm already looking at how I'm gonna get these dogs. So one dog rolled up on me.
Yeah.
So I got my water bottle. So I'm like, squirt the dog in the eye with this water, and I'm gonna run.
Scare him, yeah.
So then, as I squirt this other dog, as I squirt the first
Oh,
dog,
you squirted him.
yeah, I literally squirt that motherfucker in the
What did
eye.
he do?
He stopped
You know these California dogs probably used to live on memory foam.
because
You know,
that dog was running up on me. He was looking like he's about to jump. So I squirt his ass in the eye with this water
Yeah.
because all I had is a water bottle.
Yeah.
So he stopped and he's shaking because he don't know what the fuck going on.
Oh my god.
So then
where are the
another
owners?
in the house because they left the door open. They left the front door open.
They
So
house
they
dogs
just
then. Yeah.
so there's like, and so the other one started running up to me. So I'm
Because you
yelling.
ran up on his man.
So I'm yelling, no,
yeah,
because
him with the Mabel, no. Yeah.
no in the universal dog training, like
It's like,
dogs
stop.
usually stop.
Yeah.
So I'm screaming no as loud as I can, and here comes the damn owner as this dog about to jump.
Yeah.
Roscoe and Pee-Pee, come on back. Sorry about that. I said, fuck you. Put your fucking dog on
Not
her
Roscoe
leash.
and Teeny. Come on back here, Peaches and Cream.
Come on. Sorry about that. I said, fuck you.
Come on,
Put
Peaches
your
and
fucking
Cream.
dog on some fucking leash.
Come here,
Got
Peaches
these
and
big ass attack dogs out here.
With
I'm out
no
here
training,
no
though.
training,
Yeah.
no fucking leashes and shit, no fucking electric fence. You just gonna let their ass out the front door and let them go pee?
Because even if Mabel get out running, if you tell her no, she's gonna stop.
Yes.
Yeah. She's trained up to this.
Meanwhile, Nia, you all right, bro? Nero, I'm just gonna stay on the phone. Nero. I forgot to tell you.
But Niram got a thing with dogs though, where like dogs like him and they'll run up on him, and Niram is so defensive, like that the dog wants to play. I remember we was out one time and dogs ran up, he was like, "Watch it," and I was like, "Niram, he just gonna stop." Like remember our neighbors had a dog.
Yes. Because
That's the hood in you.
growing up in Detroit,
A lot of times, if you just stop too, the dogs will
me
stop.
and my childhood friend, we used to catch the bus. We used to catch the city bus to school every day. And there has been multiple times where we'll just be at the bus stop waiting, had to fight off crackheads. But the thing we had to fight off the most
It's the dogs.
was
I say
fucking
usually
dogs.
it ain't crackheads bothering you. You know they be talking, but yeah, dog. But Detroit hood dogs, them different. Them the ones who run in packs. Like them ain't
These
California
niggas running
dogs.
packs, they get loose and they just be
They pick up each other and
causing terror.
Yeah, Detroit dogs a little different.
Hey Tony, I got loose. Come on.
Come on, let me open this gate for you.
Okay.
Here I come.
I'm just gonna hop over the fence.
King, you ready?
King,
Sheba.
you ready?
Sheba.
Oh shit, we out. We out. We about to get some motherfucking asses. So it's been multiple times where me and my best friend, my childhood friend, would be at the bus stop with sticks, rocks, and everything that
The
we done
dogs
picked
be
up
waiting.
because the dogs used to chase
And
our
they think
ass
it's,
from the
I'm
bus
sure
stop.
they doing that for their pleasure.
Yes,
Where California dogs do it for attention.
exactly.
West Coast dogs, Even the big ones, honey, live in the lap of luxury.
Cause Nia's like, you got your spray, you got your all that stuff, and I'm like, I can get my pepper spray to Nyambi, but I had this water bottle.
That's how you know they was weak when you spray water on.
I squirt that motherfucking dog in the eye with that water bottle.
And he ain't know what day it was.
And he just started shaking and shit because I got his ass right in the eye.
Yeah, he said, we don't get the leash sound. What made a leash? We'll get it. That's all you hear.
Yes.
Not the water.
Yes. I squirt because that motherfucker was coming, Pit Bull's got that bass ass voice and shit. Yeah. So imagine I'm just out running, having a conversation, laughing and giggling and shit, and these fucking Pit Bulls come out of nowhere. Threw me off my fucking game.
Pit Bulls is a thick dog.
They are.
Pit Bulls get bad reps though. Pit Bulls who are trained are like so smart, so sweet, so kind. It's the hood people, and I ain't even the hood people. It's the hood folks who don't do those service and like be keeping them tied to trees and shit that give them the bad reputation because they're so strong. That's the thing. They're so strong.
I was ready to fight for my life. I already had the game plan. I was gonna let that motherfucker get me.
First of all, a pit bull is pretty fucking fast, and if he wanted to run up on you, he was gonna run up on you.
Yeah, that's why you didn't let me finish. So I was gonna have to put my arm out. I was gonna have to risk an arm. So I'm gonna put my arm out there first, so he can just start biting it on the arm. Yeah. And I'm gonna take my thumb and crush the back of his head and use his head and it's leverage as I stab my thumb in his eye.
So you already had a plan.
Yes.
Meanwhile, on the ranch, he was scared of water.
So as that motherfucker start yelping and I got my thumb in his eye, and he gonna let go, I'm just gonna have to start stumping the fuck out of him.
But I want to reiterate, he was scared of water.
Look,
he was scared of water.
I am a nigga from Detroit. I got a game plan for everything, and everything ends with me killing him.
Niram, talk about when we came out here to the church, and the guy told you that he liked your glasses.
He's like, "Hey, you got them Cardis on. I see you with them buffs." I already had a plan on how I like.
How did you respond?
By taking my glasses off and putting them in my pocket.
You're giving that dog the same energy you ran from water.
I am a nigga from Detroit. All of my game plans end up with me killing that person.
I was like, why did everything have to end in the death like
because
Mortal Kombat? Oh, come on, let's get into these podcasts.
I fear for my life.
Thank you. Let's get into let's get into the voicemails. I was so embarrassed. We at the church parking lot.
Hey, Nyambi, Niram, and Mabel.
Hey.
This is Dina calling from upstate South Carolina.
Hey.
I was giving y'all a call because I was laughing at y'all's episodes. First of all, I actually have a daughter that we call Monster. But you're right. She ain't got no job. But she is. It's short for the Princess Cuddle Monster.
Oh, okay. So that's different.
Because she's super cuddly. Yeah. But yeah, we call her Monster. And then I have two bonus sons who I also call Menace and Mayhem. Because that matches with Monster, and I thought it was funny. But they don't introduce themselves as that. They introduce themselves
as they names. That's what they introduce the boy as Monster.
There's that, and then also we buried by the Bernards.
Buried by the Bernards. It's brilliant.
First of all, thank you so very much for telling me about this show. Y'all talking about Uncle Kevin, who is a trip, but when Mama said, I quit. And Grandma said, no, you fired? And Mama said, no, I quit. And then strutted back in the next day. I said, oh, this is a real family business. Like, for real.
Like ain't nothing
I grew up with a family business. My daddy is a florist by trade. So we used to answer our home telephone with the florist name. Like, I know what is going on with this entire family business thing. It was so funny to me. Yeah, I watched every last episode. It is not the weekend. I definitely watched them. I'm a cubicle warrior. Yeah. Only I'm working from home, so I definitely watched them on my Echo show.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh my God, y'all, I was crying.
Yes.
And I'm trying to ship Travion and...
Oh man, what happened?
Did she call back?
She called back a couple times, but the Skype ain't pick up the voicemails.
Oh man.
So call back, sis. We want to know. You shipping Travion what? Some flowers?
But Barry with the Bernards, they need their new. They actually didn't get enough episodes. I think they only got like 6 or 7. I need at least 13 episodes and at least 3 more seasons.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. Let's see what else we got here.
Hey, Niram, Nyambi, Mabel. I called a couple of weeks ago. This is Dee in Texas.
Hey,
yes, it is it's -2 degrees out here.
Oh,
Anywho. Thanks for the advice, the update. We are striving and thriving in -2-degree weather. But real quick, Barry and the Bernards, love, 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 love. That mama, Grandma Debbie, she is something else.
She is.
Everybody needs an Uncle Kevin in their life. On my mom's side of the family, that is my Uncle Vincent.
Yep.
And I think on my dad's side of the family, that was my Uncle Joe Lewis.
Yep.
But yes, please watch. It's beautiful. It's family. It's hilarious.
It is.
There's a lot of things to unpack in the Black community as far as like family and grieving and legacy and things like that. But thank you all for shouting them out, and haven't had a chance to watch Judas and the Black Messiah because we're on rolling power. So we have power for maybe 30 minutes to an hour. They cut it off, wait a few, then we have power again. But y'all stay safe, and we'll be safe, and, you know, keep the whole state of Texas in y'all's prayers. Yeah. Love y'all. Thanks again for everything. Bye.
Let us know if there's something going on or if we need to do, if you need some support or something.
Yeah.
I know Texas ain't no joke. I seen when Texas got negative too. I was just like, wait a damn minute.
People ain't prepared for that. Ain't nobody got no North Face.
It ain't even people. The fucking don't get me going. Go ahead.
Ain't nobody got no North Face. They ain't got no Carhartt.
They don't got no North Face down there. They got the little 5 degree below jacket.
They ain't got no triple fat goose.
Come on. That the wind go through it.
Exactly.
I know folks cold. Mm-hmm. What's up?
Hey guys, happy Black Love Day.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Appreciate all that you do. It's Cindy, Kinky Curls Culture, and I just wanted to reach out. You guys have done a great job with awareness and keeping us engaged for holidays and things that celebrate us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I just wanted to also thank you for shouting out my baby for making the Dean's List. She just went back to school last year, promised me she would finish. So I really am proud of her. And as a person who hasn't finished their degree, and I have a lot of insecurity around that, I really push my babies, and I'm trying to make sure not too much, but they do really well. Even my younger daughter, Macy, is Honor Society, and she's creating an organization at her school, Black Girls United. So thank you for the support. Thank you for our community that you've made here for us guys. Love the podcast. Love you all, Niram and Nyambi and Mabel, auntie, for her.
Oh, thank you. That's so good. I love that. I love the winning of it all.
Yeah, we love winning. Hand claps.
The babies are doing good.
I was trying to say, you know, that white lady cut me off. I was trying to say we are her online aunties.
Yes.
Mabel, you guys are doing a great job. We love her too. And again, just thank you guys so much. The laughs, the movie synopsis, current events, everything that you guys do, just reminding us how awesome we are in everything. I love all the other podcasts. I love when Shan calls in.
Yes.
Sir Damon, and also Chris and Carlos, everybody in our little family, you guys made for us here. Happy Black Love Day.
Happy Black Love Day.
Thank you. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
And forget that schoolgirl. Ain't no need to have no insecurity around that. Look, send me a side email. We can get that figured out. That ain't nothing to worry about. What we got down there?
We got some on.
Oh, cool.
Hey, it's Tanaja.
Hey, Tanaja.
I was listening to the bonus Too Tired to Pod episode. Now, keep in mind, I just clicked on it. I didn't see how long it was supposed to have been. Now,
put it on there, embarrassing me.
Not this ending. Not this ending, y'all. Are we still going? Do we want to talk about this, or we just gonna talk to their ass on Thursday? And I'm thinking, Naomi gonna answer. It just cut straight to the damn music. That was hilarious. I just had to stop and call and tell y'all about y'all stuff. But get you some rest. Hopefully y'all have that episode out tomorrow, which will be the 13th. So y'all have a good day. I don't know what time it is, so have a good day, night, whatever. Bye.
I told him.
Nyambi is a slave driver. Y'all be thinking it's me.
I do.
But Nyambi is the
being
Ike
immaculate
Turner
with my word
in the relationship. Because I was like, Nyambi, baby, I'm tired. I've been up since 4 a.m.
We made a commitment.
We made a commitment, Nero. We got to do this. We got to do it for the people, Nero. We got to do it for the Black Love Matters family. They waiting on us. Said, baby, I'm tired. Start recording.
And Niram topic, he done broke up. I'm looking at him like, hello, good evening, good night.
I was so damn tired. And then she gonna be like, pause this shit. You okay? I said, no, I'm sleepy. Sleepy.
Not sleepy.
I'm sleepy.
With an H.
I'm sleepy, Nambies.
Like a baby.
I'm tired.
It's all right to be tired. I think Chris and Carlos called us too and reminded us the importance of breaks. Sometimes I do need to be reminded about that too. Although I do enjoy nice things and luxury. When I work, I work. I work hard and I play hard. I think that's how I would describe myself. I work very hard, but when I break and when I play, honey. Oh, I know. I forgot what I was watching, and they were like, "That's the problem with Americans. They know how to like break, but they don't know how to like take pleasure in like the small things. Like they don't know how to relax. Like they're like, oh, you go on vacation and you rip and run and you do all the things, but you don't know what it is to take pleasure in the subtleties of life. So I'm trying to embrace that more.
Facts.
Let me just say that I just love when y'all start talking about kids and y'all just go ahead and put me in there.
Yeah.
Well, Shan, how do kids learn in this time? Okay, Miriam, first of all, shout out to me. Yes, my mom did use her song phonics.
That's how we learned to read.
She did use that for me to learn how to read. I hated all them books and them tapes. Cassettes. Okay? That's how old I am. And yeah, we did use that. Now the kids have these apps, right? I think it's called iRead or something, where it's like all these cute little animated animals that help you put letters together and words together. But, you know, with Anya, my oldest, she's 7. I've been teaching her with flashcards, the iPad identifying letters, talking to her like an adult, right? That's for starters. You don't talk to kids like babies. And they'll catch on. Like, she was spelling my name at age 3. She was spelling her name at age 3, like identifying words. And that's what we have to do. These kids don't even know how to use a dictionary, okay? They don't. All they know is Google, how do you spell, Alexa, how do you spell? So we have to be on top of them. So I'm on top of my kids with flashcards, books.
Yeah.
I rather give them books than toys, and I talk to them like regular. And another thing, she loves to use a caption on TV to know new words. So that's something, all right?
Too. I love that. You know what I was thinking? Are the kids gonna know how to spell? Because of like using of computers and like autocorrect. Is the autocorrecting when they see it, they're memorizing it, or do they just forget it? Do you know, like, do kids have spelling tests still? Remember that was a thing.
It was.
I used to hate them fucking spelling tests. Did you like spelling tests?
No, I didn't.
Did you rather I used to hate those spelling tests. And remember when they would just do like their times tables and it'd be like those speed tests for it? And it's just those blank forms and you had to just go as quickly as you could?
Yeah.
I used to hate shit like that.
Yeah, I hated that shit too.
I don't know why. Did you do good at any of them?
No.
What was your best subject in school?
Gym.
Shut your mouth. I think I like social studies. I think I enjoy social studies. Why did they call it social studies? Like, wasn't that kind of history and stuff tied into?
Yeah, because history is the study of social studies.
Like, now that I think about it, like, what they mean social
But
studies?
it was like using
But
history.
I'm too, well, now I'm like the doctor. Who's the king of Hotep Hogwarts? Who am I? What's his name? What's his name? Who's the king up there?
Dr. Umar.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, Dr. Umar, what is social studies? It's studying of the white man. No, go ahead. What's the next one here?
Okay.
Yo, Niram Nambi.
What up, though?
I just woke up, but I meant to leave this voicemail yesterday. Niram, I just called to answer your question, nigga. We ain't watching no football. we ain't watching no football.
So
Nambi was right. They got us running around chasing
ball like a dog.
Bruh. We
Go get the ball.
We off that. We on to something new unless we can own it and change it up. Because right now the way I see it is we just in this big circle running around chasing this dog for a bunch of white people. But anyway, I love y'all. I'll call and leave another voicemail soon. Peace.
You know how I do believe that be chasing that ball. I don't like when black men chase the ball like a dog for white people and then bring it back up and down. Put it in the thing. I have a thing about that.
Yeah. I know.
Me and Nia, we got things about, and I try to be careful, right? Because we have godchildren, and they like some of that sports, and I be like, "Oh my god, you just keep chasing the ball like Mabel,
chasing the dog."
One time, I think it threw me off because we threw the ball, and Mabel and him ran. I said, "God damn it!"
Teach him at an early age to chase that ball like a dog for the white man.
Lord, but I stopped because Black boy joy is a thing, and he had joy, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. As always, to submit your Black love story, go to blacklovematters.com. To submit a question for Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us an email, blacklovematters@gmail.com. That's Black with no K. And to leave a comment about anything we talked about, head on over to that website. We got that SoundCloud and we got that voicemail, and that's at 508-784-1111. Once again, that's 508-784-1111. Talk to y'all later. Remember, love is ever evolving. Peace.